When he heard that he was going to the conference hall, Yanzheng blushed. Most of the reporters who were waiting in the conference hall came here early in the morning because they said they were going to meet a board of directors today, and they used the media to release news that their eldest brother was critically ill. They want to catch a big news about the replacement of the chairman of the GU Group, so that Yanzheng can also use the current media attention to beat his reputation. Yanzheng originally wanted them to report on his victory on the board of directors, so that after noon, the media could announce to the public that the chairman of the GU Group had changed his position and he would become the next chairman. Unexpectedly, all these things he did would eventually fulfill eldest brother. He could even think that once the big brother appeared at the press conference with a red face, all the media reporters who thought he was going to die would have to fry them on the spot. After he announced that he had obtained 51% of the voting rights, the media reporters should be shocked to add nothing to it? With this thought flying in his mind, he secretly sighed. Maybe this is his fate. Originally, his abilities and wrists were inferior to that of the older brother. He wanted to take advantage of the vacancy, but he didn't expect that there would be a Wade family young master beside him. What's even more amazing was that brother recovered from the serious illness overnight. It seems that the only thing that suits him is to follow him as a foil. In fact, Philip is a smart man. He considered many things very comprehensively, and he was only shivering from success. It's a pity that in the end he still encountered Charlie stirring the situation behind his back. Without Charlie, Philip would strategize again, dragging a dying body, and it would be impossible to fight the union between him and Yangang, and even the safety of his wife and daughter would not be guaranteed in the future. However, Yanzheng was able to see the situation in time and immediately gave up the original overall plan to stop the loss, and he can also see that this person is at least number one. Change to the kind of person who can't see the situation clearly and is still stubbornly resisting when he dies, and he will soon be completely cold. Philip was grateful to Charlie at this time. The appearance of Charlie not only saved his own life, but also saved his wife and daughter, and his career. This kindness, in his opinion, is afraid that it will be a life of poverty, and he can't repay it all. He can only do his best for the rest of his life. So he took Charlie's hand and whispered to him, "Charlie, if you don't want to return to Wade's house in the future, come to the GU Group. Uncle will arrange for you a position of vice chairman. I only have a daughter. With my daughter, everything in the future will be yours." What Philip said was not courtesy, but from the heart. He felt that his daughter was going to marry Charlie, and Charlie was his son-in-law. If he did not return to Wade's house, Gu's family would belong to him in the future. Although he is open-minded, he also feels that if his daughter marries Charlie, she should be a good helper. Charlie and his father, Chang Ying, are both his benefactors. As long as Charlie can give his daughter a lifetime of happiness, he is willing to give all his assets as a dowry for his daughter. Charlie naturally knew what he meant. He really regarded himself as the future son-in-law, even half of his son. But he couldn't deal with this kind of thing, so he said seriously, "Uncle, I have no plans to return to Eastcliff. You still allow me to consider this matter?" Philip also didn't insist, nodded and said, "In short, you should see your uncle at any time and under any circumstances. My home is your home." Charlie nodded solemnly. Because he wanted to attend the conference, and Charlie didn't want to appear on the scene, he sat in the auditorium of the conference as an ordinary guest in advance under the arrangement of secretary of Philip. All the cameras are aimed at the rostrum of the press conference, so he doesn't have to worry about being on TV. When Charlie sat down in the auditorium, the entire conference hall was already overcrowded. The major media have sent reporters one after another, with long guns and short cannons here, waiting for the GU Group to release important news. At this moment, the outside world does not know the news of Philip's recovery. Everyone thought that Philip was already dying and that he might not be able to join the board of directors today. However, they expect Philip to appear. Because, as media people, they like to catch some topics that can arouse attention. So they hope that they can capture the image of Philip's late hero and add some sensational text at that time. This is a proper headline news. Some people have even thought about the headline of the news. For example, "The End of an Era," or "The Legend is Old. Can the new chairman of the GU Group turn the tide?" Now they are only waiting for Philip, who is dyingly ill, to stagger in from the conference hall, even being pushed in a wheelchair. At this moment, the on-site staff picked up the microphone and said, "Please be quiet, everyone present, our chairman will be here soon." As soon as this word came out, everyone turned their attention to the entrance of the venue. The cameras have already found the angle, and put the entire entrance into the viewfinder frame. Everyone was waiting for the moment the door opened and Philip showed up. At this moment, the door was pushed open from the outside in. The first step forward was Philip's secretary. The second step forward was Yangang. The third one is Yanzheng. The moment they saw Yanzheng, the shutter sound on the scene had begun to intensively shriek. Because everyone knows that he is the second child of the GU family, and is also the chairman of the GU Group, and he is the unyielding successor. Philip is critically ill. He is the new chairman of a trillion business empire from GU. However, no one thought that behind Yanzheng, they did not see Philip's shadow, but saw a middle-aged man who was nearly 10 years younger than Yanzheng, with a red face, tall and strong.